Tullow Ghana recorded a profit of $815 million in 2017, which translates to 49% increase from the previous year. The strong performance of Tullow Ghana was attributed to strong production and financial discipline. This revelation came to light when the company took its turn at the Ghana Stock Exchange flagship program, Facts Behind the Figures. According to the Executive Vice President of Tullow Ghana, the company has contributed $25 billion to the Ghanaian economy since it commenced operations in the country.
When we look at the economic contribution of Tullow since we started from 2007, I'll go through all these cycles, but all these portions of the circle. Tullow and its partners, we have contributed about $25 billion to the Ghanaian economy. We've about $18 billion in capex and opex, about $3 billion in production entitlements. We've talked about the free gas, $1 billion. Tullow's standalone taxes are about $2 billion, and when you add that all up, it's about $25 billion. As part of that, $18 billion, about $11 billion has been awarded to indigenous companies. We spent about $5 million in training, and we spent about $32 million in social projects.
Mr. Awotwe further reiterated the company's commitment to championing environmental sustainability in the wake of worsening global climate change. He hinted on the company's plan to expand its production base and intensify drilling campaigns in Ghana and across the sub-region.
A couple of things we do already. The first thing that's very important, and give credit to the country of Ghana, is that we have fairly strict flaring requirements. So there's a cap on how much gas flaring can be done. And why is that significant? In other countries, those limits are actually quite loose, but in Ghana they're actually quite strict. So there's very little gas we do flare, and I think that's a very important contribution. I think the numbers are quite small. I need to get them from my colleagues. So that's one. Having said that, we even today are making quite a lot of effort to monitor all the emissions we have in the space. And what you'll see and hear in the coming days as part of our campaign to really contribute to minimizing climate change is to come up with specific initiatives that allow us to get onto the journey of being carbon neutral in the next few years.
Meanwhile, the Chief Financial Officer of Tullow Ghana, Les Wood, has revealed that the company is expecting to pay about $100 million in their newly adopted dividend policy in 2019. According to Mr. Les Wood, the company is poised at delivering strong and sustainable returns on investment for shareholders. He was optimistic of Tullow Ghana's prospects in the upstream petroleum sector.
The health of any business is obviously demonstrated by its ability and access to cash, and we've got strong liquidity headroom of about $1 billion, which allows us the flexibility to invest in our business, but also to ride out any fluctuations in this volatile oil price that I talked about earlier. What we also do is we apply strict criteria, so we're very careful about how we allocate our capital. And then finally, like I say, last but not least, we did start a new dividend policy, which we announced back in last November, which was a minimum of $100 million per year. We paid a final dividend in May this year of $67 million, and we paid the interim dividend for the 2019 financial year in October. So in total, $100 million cash for 2019. So in the calendar year, in effect, what you can see is we've accelerated the dividend.